In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys why you should not upgrade to the iPhone 14 and just keep your current smartphone. So here's the thing, right? Why would you spend money to upgrade to a phone to do the same thing that you're doing on your current smartphone? And what I mean by that is these new iPhone 14s are, pretty good phones, but there's really nothing new about them that's gonna really change my life. You have the dynamic island, which is pretty cool in itself. Then you have the emergency SOS thing where you can go ahead and find a satellite to get your message off. But those two things aren't really, spectacular in itself. So if you think about the first iPhone, right? It's a touchscreen phone, made all the other companies make touchscreen phones, and that's life-changing in itself. Then you have the App Store. Certain programs that you would manage on the computer, now you can manage on your phone anywhere in the world. Then you have a front-facing camera. You can go ahead and take selfies or video chat with someone. Then you also have the voice assistants where you can go ahead and say, "Hey Siri" or "Hey Google" to go ahead and do certain things on your phone without having to open up apps. Then you also have a fingerprint scanner, which adds a layer of security on your phone. So if someone's peeking over to see your password or your passcode, you can just go ahead, tap the little button, and your phone unlocks. And then you also have NFC, which you can go ahead and make payments with the phone. So if you forget your wallet in the car, you can just go ahead, whip out your phone, tap that little pay thing, and then there you go. So things like that are pretty much life-changing, and it makes it essential to go ahead and have a smartphone. So like these new iPhones, they don't really go ahead and do that. Now, of course, one of the new features that the new iPhones have, well, the iPhone Pro and the Pro Max, is that 48 megapixel camera. And people think if they upgrade their phone, they're gonna get photos that look like this. Now those photos were taken with the Sony a7 III. That's the camera that I used to take photos with and to record all my videos with. So any video that you see on my channel, that's with the a7 III. Now, if you're the type of person who wants to go ahead and have a better camera experience, I wouldn't necessarily upgrade to the iPhone 14, just because of the fact that if you think about it, the iPhone is starts at $1099. So you can definitely get yourself a good mirrorless camera or a DSLR camera for less than that, and also, get yourself a pretty good lens. So, I mean, if you're that type of person who wants to do that, you can, but I just don't think it's a real valid reason just to upgrade, because your photos aren't gonna look that much different, and I'm about to tell you why. So a lot of people think that more megapixels means better image quality, and that's only true to an extent. My camera is 24 megapixels, the iPhone 14 is 48, but the main difference is the sensors. And my sensor is a full frame sensor, and it's a lot bigger than the iPhone 14's. And so because my sensor is a lot bigger, the pixels are a lot bigger, and the camera can let in more light, therefore creating more of a clearer image compared to, a camera that has a much smaller sensor. And plus, a bigger sensor allows you to have what you call a shallow depth of field, basically meaning that you'll get that nice creamy bokeh effect that you see in most professional photos. But you can still get that with the iPhone 14, but it's not gonna look as good as, a camera with a full frame sensor. Now, the next big contributor is having a lens. So the quality of glass matters, and the quality of glass really gives that image its sharpness. So sometimes you might look at photos and it's like you're looking through it from like a glass. And so that's what provides, that level of quality. Now, of course, the iPhones or any other smartphone can't reach that same level of quality. And then, you have other manufacturers like Sigma, Sony, Canon. They can go ahead and create high quality glass to go ahead and make the images look a lot better than what you get on a standard smartphone. Now, I don't know if they mentioned this in the presentation at all, but you can only shoot in the 48 megapixel mode if you're in Apple ProRAW, and basically that's Apple's version of RAW photos. So a RAW photo is basically an image that you take and it has all the information in there, and at a camera it doesn't look so good, but when you edit it, it looks a lot better than if you were to go ahead and take a standard JPEG photo. So the memory for that, I forgot where I saw this at, but it's supposedly 50 megabytes. So basically, if you're shooting in that mode all the time for 48 megapixel, files, it's gonna run your memory out really quick. So on my camera, the a7 III, the most the most memory that these photos take is about anywhere from 24 to 26 megabytes. So that's a big difference right there. But for the most part, shooting that all the time is gonna, chew up your memory. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the iPhone 14 is a bad phone. I'm just saying that you could, spend your money better elsewhere. So if you think about it, I think it's what, $10.99? And I forgot how much the Pro Max is, but those are $1,000 phones, right? So if you think about it, you can spend money on a PS5 and a Nintendo Switch and buy games for both systems, and it'll cost less than, an iPhone 14. So that depends on you. It's your money. You can go ahead and do what you want to do with it. But I'm just saying that you could spend your money better elsewhere. Now for me, I currently use the iPhone 12, and I've been using it for, quite some time now. And I like it. I take photos, use apps, and, use it for my everyday use. So if I were to go ahead and upgrade to the iPhone 14, how I would use that phone would be the same way how I use this phone. So it really doesn't make any sense for me to go ahead and upgrade. And also, I went to Verizon the other day, and they said they would give me $800 for the iPhone 12, and I would be responsible for paying, I think, $310. So I'm just saying that, I could save that money or, use it for something else. But that's just my take on it. So a lot of these smartphone companies are now trying to add gimmicky features to go ahead and make you buy the phone. So like a folding smartphone, or adding like a cinema mode to a video application, just to make you feel like you're missing out, right? So if you already don't do those things with these smartphones, or if it's not life-changing, it really doesn't make sense to upgrade. And for me, it's just like, yeah, it's cool, but at the end of the day, how I'm gonna use the smartphone is gonna be the same way how I've used the smartphone for the past 5 years. So don't fall into that trap. Yeah, you may feel like you're missing out on something, but you're really not. So yeah. So those are my reasons for not upgrading to the iPhone 14. Save money, you're still using the phone in the same exact way, and it's not really life-changing. So those are my valid points. Of course, I can't convince you to not get the iPhone. You're your own person, so I hope whatever decision you make for yourself is the best decision for you. But that's pretty much it for the end of this video. Just leave a comment down below if you're upgrading or not, and what kind of phone are you currently using. It's always crazy to see people still using an iPhone 10 or even using like a Pixel 2 XL. But like I said, people are different, and they know what their worth is. But that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.